second in the Mountain West. That defense has been incredible, and the pitching has been outstanding too. The Saturday starter is a man out of just in top 10 in strikeouts in what's been an outstanding year. 6:04, first pitch and a fastball for a called strike on the number 23, Robbie Hamchuk. They're wearing the black uniforms with yellow numerals and trim tonight. San Diego State is in the home whites. San Diego State comes in 7th in the Mountain West. San Jose State is currently 4th, as Fresno State's win yesterday kept the Bulldogs in front of them in that 3 spot. But the Spartans are looking at just a 2-game deficit of 2, a 1-game deficit of 3, and they've got a sizable edge over the teams behind them outside of the tournament picture, seeds 5 through 7 in the Mountain West Conference so far in 2022. The 0-2 fastball misses away from Fontaine. Robbie Hamchuk, the leadoff man for San Jose State this season, but he's hitting .343 with the third most hits in the league. That's 46 with 14 RBIs. He's been outstanding. And he'll take a 1-2 here, and that ball just misses downstairs onto Hamchuk for ball 2. Nick Rice on hand here at Tony Gwynn Stadium, where the Spartans and the Aztecs meet. And for San Diego State, they are in just about a must-win situation every game the rest of the way if they hope to make the tournament here from Tony Gwynn Stadium. 2-2's cut from Hamchuk and skied into the bleachers. In fact, that'll reach the second row of the bleachers past number 21, Brian Leonhardt. San Diego State comes in 6 games back of the final tournament spot. There's 17 games to go in the Mountain West season, so there's still plenty of time to make up the deficit. And what better opponent than the team currently on the inside in San Jose State to try and pull them down and pull the Aztecs back into that tournament race, where they could be a whole game better with the win and the San Jose State loss. And if they are to win this series, they'd be looking at getting right back into it with next weekend's series, as San Diego State's got a couple of roadies, including a visit to Albuquerque to battle New Mexico. Hamchuk, leadoff walk for him, brings in James Shimashita, number 20 for the Spartans. And the right fielder for San Jose State was a native of San Diego, and he attended James Madison High School, which is just... So he was a 2-sport athlete, but chose the diamond to start off his San Jose State career and is having a breakout year. But ironically, he swings and goes down. Here's the throw over from Ruiz to second. Hamchuk advances, so he swipes over to second, but San Diego State's TJ Fontaine puts McAdoo away. That's out number 2 as Hamchuk advances. He was perfect on steals, 2 for 2 this year. Dalton Bowling, he was waiting, and that's certainly a tough act to follow. We'll see how Chris Canada plays tomorrow, as he is the starter for day 3 of this weekend series. Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific is the scheduled first pitch. 1 down, top of the 3rd. Here's Fontaine, who fires a strike onto Robbie Hamchuk. A San Jose native, as a league MVP and champion at Lay High School in the Bay Area. He went 2 for 2 in a game against San Diego State. That was a year ago. He swings on an 0-1 and misses. And Hamchuk is capable of an explosive performance. He went 5 for 5 with 4 runs last month against UNLV, one of only 4 players in the entire conference, and the only player on the Spartans roster to go 5 hits in a game. He walked in his first at-bat, and he'll take an 0-2 delivery here from Fontaine that misses high to Robbie Hamchuk. Certainly a courteous pitch from TJ Fontaine. The respect for Fontaine on the San Jose State pitching staff certainly had to have been emboldened by him, by head coach Mark Martinez going into this week, him and the rest of the pitching staff. This is an offense that has such a unique skill set. 1-2 from Hamchuk, and there it goes, right past the diving Brian Leonhardt for the 1-out single. And while that is no extra base hit for San Jose State, they do have an offense that is just so unique in the fact that they may have a relatively low batting average, but when they make contact, they are a potential home run waiting to happen. 3 home runs in the series and 38 for the year. Stadium Charlie Smith Field features San Diego State and San Jose State. It is the Aztecs 6 and the Spartans 1. While the Spartans used 3 different pitchers in that 4th inning, TJ Fontaine has lasted the game so far. The youngster from Clovis, California, in 4 innings has given up 4 hits, 1 earned run, walked 2, and struck out 7. And now he faces the likes of Robert Hamchuk, James Shimashita, and Charles McAdoo. And Fontaine's 4th inning was masterful. After San Jose State loaded the bases with 1 out, he delivered a flyout and a strikeout to end that inning. And now he's got 7 Ks for the game. And throws a strike here. Hamchuk slaps the ball into the air, and that ball's out of fair territory for strike 2. For TJ Fontaine, number 28, the 6'4", 190-pounder out of Buchanan High School in Clovis, California. His season high for strikeouts in a game has just been met. He had 7 Ks against Hawaii in a game here on the Mountain West Network a couple of weeks ago. 7 Ks and a 7-1 win, a 6-run victory on the Rainbow Warriors. He's career high for strikeouts in a game. Is those aforementioned 7. As Fontaine coupled as a hitter for the first couple of years. Fontaine has been terrific at the hill for San Diego State here in 2022. 2 balls and 2 strikes on a Robert Hamchuk, who did single to right field on his last at-bat and walked to begin the game. 1 for 1 for Hamchuk. Here comes a Fontaine, 2-2 on the leadoff man. Big setup for Fontaine. Here is the throw, and that fastball's right into the gap at center field. A brilliant 2-2 swing from Robert Hamchuk, and the Spartans are aboard. It's the leadoff man to the middle for a single. You couldn't have dialed up a better spot for the ball, just to the left of the grasp of Fontaine at pitcher, and in between the gap held by the shortstop Carrig and the second baseman Caden Miller. Tough break for Avery Jones. In fact, tough break for Jaden Berkovich, who was right there at the tail end of this one. Second right now, he'll take off. Zimmerman with a check swing. It did not go across the plate. Forbes is safe at second, and the go-ahead run for San Jose State. Somehow in a game they were down 5, it's at the plate right now, and the Spartans stay alive. And it appears that San Diego State's got another man, Omar Serrano, in the bullpen warming up right now for SDSU. There's a look at Serrano, 3.86 ERA. Terrific numbers across the board. Serrano's opponents have hit .071, so numbers-wise, a pretty good guy to slow down the San Jose State offense. And that's a strike onto Robert Hamchuk. 2 for 4 today is Hamchuk, batting .348 this year. What a game. San Jose State has made the conclusion of this very interesting for the Spartans. Runner at first and second. Swing and a Robert Hamchuk miss. Spartans have scored 2 on 3 hits and a couple walks as well. San Jose State in just this 9th inning has pulled right back into the ballgame. And the reliever Avery Jones. Count is 0-2. Here is the delivery deep in the air to left field. It's a fly ball towards the wall, and it hits off of the wall. The Spartans have all but tied the game now, as the throw to the plate is not in time. We are tied at 8. Zimmerman scores, and so does Forbes. 2 RBI double from Robert Hamchuk of San Jose.